Boo just gave Nancy a warning that she better behave. Like, he walked up to her and hissed at her, and look at what she's doing now. She's getting ready. Like, she's gonna pounce on him. You better watch out, Nancy, because Boo's gonna kick your butt.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
It's 9:15 a.m. Good morning, Boo. He's been laying in his bed. Yesterday, both Simba and Stella were laying in this bed. Good morning, Boo. Good morning, Stella. Stella slept on my bed last night, and then she got pets this morning. I'm running a little bit late because I slept in a bit, but it's okay. And here's Splash and Simba. And they're relaxing in the cat towers, enjoying the view this morning, watching people walk their dogs. And Simba slept in one of the new beds last night, and Splash slept in one of the new beds last night. So all the cats are enjoying the new beds. It's 9:45 a.m. and the cats and I have been having some playtime. They love these snakes. These are like knitted with one of those, I don't know what you call them, like a French knitter. They're super easy and simple to make, and Grandma Farrell made a bunch of these for the cats because they go through them fairly quickly, because they like can kind of, you can see how they're kind of being torn apart or unraveled a little bit, but the cats love them. They've been chasing them around this morning. Here comes Splash. Splash was really enjoying his playtime. Splash was jumping in the air. He was like totally like getting himself like 2 feet in the air, like above the ground. Like he was really jumping high. And I'm wondering how much of this has to do with, you know, their new low carb diet for, I don't know, the past week or so. I should have kept better track of when I started them on it. I haven't really kept like a daily journal or anything, but I should. Maybe I'll find like a notebook so I could write stuff down. I would normally film it and keep track of like a video diary with it, but I am so far behind with the videos right now. I am over 3 months behind, so I'm trying so hard to catch up. Let's see if we can get Splash to jump around again. Ready, Splash? Come on. Almost. Almost. Come on, Splash. Come on, Splash, jump. Ooh, see? He jumped a little bit. Not as high as before. Come on, Stella. Nope. Splash is like, what are you going after me for? It is 10 a.m. I just came downstairs to give the cats breakfast, and look, the bowl is gone again. I got 2 of these. None of them have bowls. And this time, I don't see the ball anywhere, so I don't know. Maybe they lost it for good. I'm gonna have to search again. Who lost the bowl? Who lost it? Who lost the bowl? Everyone is eating their breakfast. They're getting homemade raw food, and they're getting some of the fancy feast. I think one platter has salmon, one platter has beef, and we're just trying out the various flavors of low-carb food that are available for the cats. And there's just a tiny bit of crunchies because that's how Nancy eats. She likes to have crunchies on her food. And yeah, so they had their snacks. They each had 2 or 3 snacks out of my hand. And I have to go get some shoes, put some shoes on, and then scoop out the litter. So on this platter, for example, you could see they're eating around the canned food. They much rather prefer the homemade raw food. And on this platter also, you could see that they've cleaned up almost all the raw food, and now they're saving the canned food for last. This is what these two do every day when I sit down to work on my computer here. It's 12:30 p.m. and Boo was sitting up here minding his own business, and Richard was sneaking up on him, and then Richard jumped up and jumped on Boo, and a cat fight ensued. What are you doing, Richard? So it wasn't long at all. It was just pretty quick. And I luckily heard it from the other room, so I just started yelling right away, and then Richard backed off. So right now, Richard and Nancy went back downstairs, and I shut the door. I was like, if you can't behave, you can't be up here, right, Bo? Who says right? I checked Boo, he's okay. And I also watched the security camera footage, and it doesn't look like it was too bad. It looked like Richard tried to jump up and jump on Boo, and Boo just, like, you know, smacked him down. And I've already checked Boo out. The only thing I found on him was, like, probably one of Richard's claws in his fur, but other than that, he's fine. Okay, Boo? Boo says he's fine. He says you can't even call that a fight. He says that was, like, really nothing. I think Sammy's the only cat upstairs right now as far as the kittens go. And she's really proud of herself because she says she stays out of trouble. She says, I don't get myself into any trouble. I just like being in the sun and laying on the cat tower and looking out the windows. Right, Sammy? She says she wants to be nice to the other cats. She doesn't want to fight them. Really, the only problems we have so far are Richard and Nancy, with possibilities with Ringo. It's 1:30 p.m. and Boo just gave Nancy a warning that she better behave. Like, he walked up to her and hissed at her, and look at what she's doing now. She's getting ready. Like, she's gonna pounce on him. You better watch out, Nancy, because Boo's gonna kick your butt. And Richard is underneath the day sofa right now. Now, what Richard did to Boo the other day was, Boo was by the windows and he wanted to come out of the room, so he jumped down, and as he was walking out of the room, Richard came out from under the day sofa and jumped on Boo, or attempted to. And then Boo kind of crashed into this table, because that's where it happened right here. So then as Boo was walking this way, Richard jumped out this way, and Boo kind of backed away that way. And they both hit the table, and then Boo continued out the room. So the two of them, it's just Nancy and Richard, they really need to just get over themselves. Meanwhile, here's Sammy, and Sammy and Boo, so far they've gotten along pretty well, because, you know, Boo says this is his room, and Sammy says this is her room, and they're pretty happy sharing it, because Sammy likes to be on top of the cat tower, and Boo likes to be either here by the window or on the day sofa. The two of them get along so far, and they've been happy to share the room. It's just Nancy and Richard that are the problems. You better not go near Boo, Nancy. Better not go near him. Don't go near Boo. It's 6:40 p.m. Here's Simba sitting in a box. And here's Boo laying in his bed. So today I got some Homeopet for Boo. It's the skin and itch formula. I've never tried it with any of the cats before, so I gave him 5 drops. It says to give the cats 5 drops 3 times a day, or up to 3 times a day. So I gave him 5 drops a couple hours ago, and half of his squeeze up, and he's not itching. He's just chilling out. It's a homeopathic remedy, and I have never really seen positive results from homeopathic remedies in the past. I've seen positive results from herbal remedies and from like vitamins and natural herbal supplements. But to be honest, I've never seen results from any homeopathic remedies before. So it'll be interesting to see how Boo does on it. It is 7 p.m. and all of the kittens took themselves downstairs because they know it's time for dinner, because I was telling them that we're going to have dinner. Because I just wanted to get them all downstairs. I have some ironing that I need to do. That's why the laundry basket is out. I'm going to do that before I feed them. But they're all down here. And I'll put the TV on for them so they can watch some videos. And then when I'm done with my ironing, then I will give them their dinner. But it worked out well. So they were upstairs. I mean, they had the option of being upstairs all day, and Boo was out and about, and we only really had that one bad incident with Richard jumping on Boo. Otherwise, everything was fine. Now, a few minutes ago, Boo was hissing at Richard in the hallway because Richard wanted to walk by Boo, Boo doesn't like these cats in his personal space, but other than that, everything was fine. Simba even came out and spent some time with the cats, and Simba was hissing and growling at Richard, which is fine. As long as there's no fighting, I don't mind them hissing and growling at each other. They got to work things out that way. And so, yeah, today was a success. And then they bring themselves back downstairs, and they're going to spend the night downstairs. And, you know, we're going to just continue with this for the time being. We're going to see how it goes. It's 8 a.m. Look at what's going on here. So Splash loves to lay on the sofa cushion, like he likes to sleep here. So I put his bed here. And look, he's laying in his bed in his favorite spot on the sofa cushion. The cats really like these beds, and I really like them because they're space efficient. Some beds are like really bulky, and these are not bulky at all. They're comfortable for the cats, but yet they're like streamlined, if that makes any sense. So they're really nice, and they're spacious. And look how comfortable Splash is. It's 9:12 a.m. and the cats are eating their breakfast, so they're getting homemade raw food. I can't believe Splash pretty much ate all of his already. Then they're each getting a quarter can of a salmon fancy feast. And they also got some freeze-dried chicken breast on top of their food. And I've been feeding them a little bit more of the homemade raw food just because they have not been getting crunchies at night. So last night they got like less than a tablespoon of crunchies each. And the night before, I gave them less than a tablespoon of crunchies each also. But they didn't get it at like crunchy time. They got it after they were done with their dinner. So Boo didn't even want to eat his crunchies, and neither did Simba. So I don't know if they eventually ate their crunchies or not. But I've been increasing the amount of raw food and canned food that they're eating. And I've been giving them strictly the low-carb food. And seems to be working out okay. Now, we did have an issue this morning about, I don't know, 25 minutes ago, and Simba vomited. But he vomited up just like clear liquid and like white foam, which he did in the past when he was nervous from the kittens. It could just be that, he hasn't eaten in a while, so his stomach is, a little bit acidic. They say that cats can get upset stomachs if they don't eat often enough. So I don't know. Simba's under observation right now. He's acting normal. He woke me up this morning like he wanted pets, and he's been jumping around, so he's been acting normal. It's not like he's not acting normal. He was purring so loudly, and he's eating his food. He has an appetite, so that's why he's going to be under observation. Now, I gave Boo his drops in his food, so he got the skin and itch drops. We'll see how those go for him. And yeah, what Boo's waiting for right now, like that's Boo's plate. He's waiting for some more freeze-dried chicken on top. Good morning, everybody. It's 9:20 and I just came downstairs. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Ringo and little Eva and Goldie and Sammy. Today, Sammy was the spokesperson, meowing by the door. She's like, when are we eating? But I like to make sure the other cats are eating their food and there's no issues before I come down here. So the first thing we do is some treat training. I don't know how many treats I have in here, but they're each going to be hand-fed a treat. Hopefully, we'll see. Right now, Richard was wrestling with little Eva. Here's Sammy and Goldie. Okay, so everyone had several treats. They ate it from my hand except for Ziggy and little Eva. I don't know why Ziggy was kind of spooked out this morning, and little Eva, she's just still really afraid. Ringo is getting really good at eating out of my hand, and so is Goldie. Maybe they'll be less afraid of me. And there's little Eva. I don't know why she's so afraid. So yesterday I found the ball that fits in here, but I think it's gone again. I think they got it out again. Oh no, it's still there. Good. So the cats are eating their breakfast. They're having homemade raw food. And I put 1 can of Fancy Feast in the middle of each platter. A very light sprinkling of crunchies on top. I'm trying to get them off crunchies also, but some of them will only eat when there's a few crunchies on the food. And I'm going to go back upstairs. I'll be back down in a little while to probably put some more food on the plates. So this is what's going on upstairs. Everyone seems to be finished with their meal. There's a little bit of food left on each plate, which is fine. That means they ate everything that they wanted to eat. Nobody's still hungry. I'm going to put the plates back on the tray, let them just stay on the tray for a little while so the cats can come back, finish any food that they want to. And I have to find Simba and just kind of keep an eye on him. So I found this tray at a supermarket last year or so, and I bought it because I thought it would perfectly fit 4 of these paper plates, and it does. So sometimes you have to be on the lookout for odd-sized trays. This was in the barbecue section of a local supermarket in the spring and summer seasons. Here's Simba. How you feeling, Simba? You feeling okay? You okay? So now that the cats are all fed, it's time for me to do water and litter. It is 9:50 a.m. and here's Splash. He's on top of the armoire near the penthouse, and this is what he does after he eats breakfast. He puts himself in my room. He's like, okay, I'm going to go hang out in your room today, and you can shut the door, and I'm fine. And what I will normally do next is wait for Simba. Like, I'm not going to pick Simba up and force him to go in my room, especially after he threw up this morning. Also, I am not going to vacuum. Like, normally I would vacuum this morning, but I'm not going to do that because he gets scared of the vacuum. So I just want to keep him calm and see if he's going to digest his breakfast or not because he had an upset stomach. If he decides to get up and go in my room, then what I'll do is I'll shut the door and I'll let the kittens up. But if he doesn't, if he just stays here for a while, then the kittens will just stay downstairs for a while. I opened the back door for them so they could look out the back door. I put some bird seed out. They could watch the birds. And yeah, so they're happy. They had their breakfast. They have plenty of room. And that's the routine today. So here's Stella. She's hanging out over here. And she and Boo are fine when the kittens come out. It is 1:30 p.m. and let me tell you what happened here this morning. So after Simba ate his breakfast, he relaxed here in this cat tower probably for a good hour, hour and a half. Then he waited until I was on a business phone call. Then he decided he was going to jump down from this tower and walk about 8 feet away over here on the floor and vomit up his breakfast. But before he vomited, he made sure to make a loud howl. And then he vomited here on the floor. And he walked over here and he vomited on the rug. Then he came back over here and he vomited over here. And when he was done, he came over into my bedroom and jumped on the bed. And he's been relaxing on the bed ever since. He's also been up by the window, but Boo's up by the window right now. So after he ate his breakfast and he was in that cat tower, I knew he was probably going to throw up his breakfast because he looked like he didn't feel well, and that's not his behavior normally. Here's Stella. So normally after breakfast, Simba just does not go lay down and mope in a cat tower. That's just not what he does. So when I saw him doing that, I was like, okay, so it's probably going to be an hour, 2 hours before he vomits up his breakfast. And it was not entirely unexpected because due to his past behaviors, it was kind of predictable. So other than vomiting, he's been acting normal, and I decided to just let his stomach and his system rest for a while. So he probably threw up around, I don't know, between 10:30 and 11 a.m. because that's when I was on the phone. And right now, it's about 1:30, so it's a few hours later. I might give him like a squeeze up or a churu, or I might just let his stomach rest. All the other kittens are roaming around the house right now, so that's why the cats are in the room. And here's Boo. He's laying in the cat tower. So what happened was, after I got off the phone and after I cleaned up the vomit, I had to step out for a while and take care of a few things. So Boo was in the living room and I just picked him up and I was like, okay, Boo, you're going in the bedroom. Put him in the bedroom. And here he is. He wasn't too happy about it at the time, but I was like, you know what? I'm not keeping you here with the cats while I'm not home because of what happened yesterday with Richard. I just don't want any of the cats jumping on Boo, so that's why he's in here. So I have this tub of the freeze-dried chicken, which the cats absolutely love. It's their favorite thing ever right now. So I just gave him a piece. I'm going to give him some of this, and Boo jumped off of the cat tower because he wants some chicken too. All right. It's 2 p.m. It looks like Boo and Simba have switched. So Boo's in the cat bed and Simba's on the cat tower. And there's Splash. He came down from the penthouse. And Stella's still over here. I don't know why, but Boo always looks super cute when he's in a cat bed. I think it's because he never liked any of the other cat beds that the cats have. And I'm realizing that now. Like, he never uses any of the other round cat beds that the cats have. He used it like a handful of times when I put paper in it. But other than that, he hates those beds. Like, he never goes in them. But he loves these beds. He's always in his bed, the one with the black cats on it. Like, he's been in it so many times. And now he's in this one. He's so cute when he's in a bed. Because I hardly ever, ever, ever see him in a bed. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.